Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing good. So let's continue with our discussion on marginal costing. I hope all of you have revised whatever we have covered in marginal costing, right? So let's quickly recap what we have covered. We have covered the basics first, right? That what is marginal costing, right? The cost of manufacturing or not manufacturing an additional unit. Then we covered about the contribution, that what is a contribution, right? What is contribution? It is that amount which shows that whether we are able to cover our fixed cost or not. After that, we discussed about PV ratio. I'm picking up the major topics, right? Then we discussed about the PV ratio. So PV ratio is a relationship between contribution and sales, or the change in profit due to change in sales. Then we discussed about the break-even point. We had a great discussion on the break-even point, right? It is a no profit, no loss situation. In the break-even point, we say no profit, no loss, right? So this is all what we have discussed in marginal costing. And before continuing, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon so that you get all the notifications in time, and share it with maximum people. Follow us on Instagram and join the Telegram group and channel. All the links are there in the video description. Download the app for some amazing courses which are coming up also, which are already there also, right? Some very useful courses you will be getting on the app. So all the links are there in the video description. If you want the books are also available through our website, that is www.kscteaching.org. Okay, so now what we are going to cover in this lecture of marginal costing, we are going to start with a new topic. We are going to start with a new topic that is known as margin of safety. Margin of safety. Right? MOS. Try to understand what this margin of safety is, what we actually mean by margin of safety, how it is calculated, right? Try to understand all these things very carefully. Now I say two terms I have already used. One is, say this is my total sales. This is my total sales, right? Now in the last lecture, we discussed something about the break-even point. Say my total sales is 20,000 units. 20,000 units. Right? Now I say this is my break-even point. This is my break-even point. Right? I'm selling 10,000 units up till this point. 10,000 units up till this point, and 10,000 units I'm selling after this point. Now this is my break-even point. Now break-even point says no profit, no loss. Or the another thing that break-even point says, that is contribution is equal to fixed cost. Contribution is equal to fixed cost. Right? Now say if you are manufacturing less than the break-even point, say 10,000 units is your break-even point. This is 10,000 units, right? If you are manufacturing something less than 10,000 units, that means you are not earning enough to cover your fixed cost, right? In this part, you will have a loss, right? Isn't it? At break-even point, you are earning sufficient enough. You are earning just enough to cover your fixed cost. Right? You have covered, if your fixed cost is say 10,000, your contribution is also 10,000. You have fully recovered your fixed cost at this break-even point. From the earnings, you have earned enough that you are able to fully recover your fixed cost. Now, when you are moving from this point to this point, these extra 10,000 units, right? At this point during this period, right? I'm talking about this period now. During this period, your fixed cost will be zero. Your fixed cost will be zero. Why, sir? Why the fixed cost will be zero? Because the full fixed cost has been recovered or paid off at this point only, at break-even point. So whatever you are selling after break-even point is your profit only. whatever you are selling after break even point, it will be your profit and profit only. And this area is known as margin of safety. Margin of safety, that the level of sales after the break even point, the level of sales out of the total sales, the level of sales after break even point is your margin of safety. That means we are in a safe zone now. We will be starting earning the profits and we will be in an absolutely safe zone now. That is why it is known as margin of safety. Now try to understand one thing. In this area, your fixed cost will be zero, isn't it? Your fixed cost, because it is fully recovered till break even point, after that there is no fixed cost. Whatever the fixed cost is, say for the whole year, whatever the fixed cost is, it has been recovered at break even point. So after break even point there is no fixed cost, right? You have already paid for the fixed cost. After that there is no fixed cost. So in that case, whatever you will earn, that is whatever your contribution will be, we say contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. Now in this case the fixed cost is zero, right? So I can say from here, I can say one thing from here, that contribution is equal to profit, isn't it? Contribution is equal to profit. So when we talk about the margin of safety, that is the level after break even point, the fixed cost is zero because it has been fully recovered till break even point. We have paid the whole of fixed cost by break even point. That is why it is a no profit no loss situation. After break even point, whatever you are earning in the form of contribution, it is your profit only. There is no fixed cost. It is your profit only. Right? So it is known as margin of safety. The difference between the total sales and the break even sales will give you margin of safety. That is how safely you are playing, how quickly you are able to earn your profits. This is known as margin of safety. Now coming to the formulas part. Let's discuss the formulas part now. That how the various formulas will be calculated for margin of safety. Okay. Now we say for the margin of safety, we say total contribution. Okay, I'll write first the formula. Wait. So the first we'll be calculating margin of safety in units. Right? Margin of safety in units. Now, for the margin of safety, we say, we have just said that contribution is equal to profit. Great, sir. Total contribution is equal to profit. Now, what is margin of safety in units? Margin of safety in unit means that level of sales where your total contribution is equal to profit. Number of units that you want to sell so that your total contribution is equal to profit. Now, this total contribution, I can write this total contribution as units sold multiplied by contribution per unit is equal to profit. Right? This unit sold is what? This is your margin of safety units. Right? That how many units you are selling multiplied by contribution per unit, that your total contribution is equal to profit. So I can rename it as margin of safety units is equal to profit divided by contribution per unit. Any doubts? Right? The same way as in break even point, we say total contribution is equal to fixed cost, right? There we say the break even point in units is equal to fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Now in case of margin of safety, our fixed cost is zero. So whatever the contribution we are earning, that is equal to profit. So margin of safety is profit divided by contribution per unit. Second, now we are going to discuss about the margin of safety in value. right? So if we talk about the value, this can be margin of safety in units multiplied by selling price per unit, right? This will give you the value, obviously, right? Or like margin of safety in units is what? It is profit divided by contribution per unit multiplied by selling price per unit, right? Or this way it can be written, or another way it can be written like in the break even point, we can say profit divided by PV ratio, right? Because this part, this selling price and this is inverse of PV ratio. This is inverse of PV ratio or 1 divided by PV ratio. Okay? Right? So profit divided by PV ratio. Clear? This is how the margin of safety can be calculated in value. Now the third way of calculating the margin of safety, that is total sales minus break-even sales. Total sales minus break-even sales. See, total sales, if from the total sales we reduce this break-even sales, this part if we subtract, what we will get? We will get this part, that is margin of safety, right? So margin of safety is equal to total sales minus the break-even sales. Then next is margin of safety in percentage. We can calculate it as margin of safety divided by total sales multiplied by 100, right? Or another formula for this is 100 minus break-even sales. 100 is full sales, basically 100%. 100% means 100% sales. Out of 100% sales, how much is your break-even sales? Say 40% is your break-even sales, so margin of safety is 60%. So this way also it can be calculated, right? So these are the broadly all the formulas for margin of safety, and the small tweaks can be done anywhere, right? Wherever the contribution per unit is there, the information might be selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So accordingly it can be done. Broadly these are the formulas for margin of safety, how to deal with it, right? In units, in value, and then margin of safety, total sales minus break even sales. Here also using this formula can be used for in units also or for value also, right? For units also or for value also. Total sales in units minus break-even sales in units, or total sales in value minus break-even sales in value. This way it can be done, right? I hope there are no doubts in this point. Now let's come to the practical part now. Okay, let's do question number 7 now. That is on margin of safety. We have already done it in question number 6. Yes, sir. So question number 7, the selling price per unit is 10, variable cost is 6, fixed cost 2000, actual sales 20,000. Calculate the margin of safety in units, in value and in percentage. See, for the margin of safety, what you need is profit, right? So calculate the profit first. For the calculation of profit, it is better to make an income statement, right? Selling price is given, variable cost is given, fixed cost is given, actual sales in rupees is given 20,000. So selling price per unit is 10. So that means number of units that you are selling is 2000, right? Because total sales divided by selling price, number of units is 2000. Let's see. Question number 7. So first what we'll do is we'll prepare income statement. Great. Sales is 2000 units multiplied by 10 rupees per unit. So total 20,000 that is given to you, right? Less variable cost. Now variable cost is on 2000 units multiplied by 6, that is 12,000. So sales minus variable cost will give you contribution. Sales minus variable cost will give you contribution of 8,000 minus fixed cost. Minus fixed cost. What is your fixed cost? 2,000. So from here, what you will get is profit. You will get a profit of 6,000. Right? So you get a profit of 6,000. Now you can calculate easily the margin of safety in units or anything that you want to calculate, right? So first thing that you want to calculate is margin of safety in units. So margin of safety in units is profit divided by contribution per unit. So profit is 6,000, contribution per unit, selling price is 10 minus 6 variable cost, right? So this is 1,500 units. So this is your margin of safety in units, right? After that, the second thing that we need to calculate is margin of safety in value, right? Margin of safety in value, that is margin of safety in units multiplied by selling price per unit. Selling price per unit. So margin of safety in units is 1,500 multiplied by what is selling price per unit? 10. So rupees 15,000. After that, he says calculate the margin of safety in percentage also. So margin of safety in percentage will give you, margin of safety is 15,000 divided by total sales, that is 20,000, right? Multiplied by 100. So this is 75%. Now, if I ask you, in the last lecture, I told you break-even point formula, that is 100 minus margin of safety. Now, if you are required to calculate the break-even point, what will be your break-even point? 100% minus margin of safety. I told you we'll discuss after margin of safety. So out of 100, that is 100% sales. What is your margin of safety? 75%. So your break-even point will be 25%, right? In this question, it was although not asked, but I'm telling you that this is how the break-even point can be calculated. 100% means total sales. Out of total sales, 75% is your margin of safety. So your break-even point will be 25% only. Isn't it? Great, sir. After that, question number 8. Calculate margin of safety in each of the following alternative cases. Profit is given, contribution per unit is given. Simple, you can calculate easily, right? There is no issue. It will be 400 units. After that, break-even sales is given 1,600 units and the actual sales is given 2,000 units. Simple, actual sales minus break-even sales. Again 400 units. Profit is given and PV ratio is given. So profit by PV ratio, you will get the margin of safety in value, that is 4,000. Break-even sales 30%, actual sales is 20,000. So actual sales minus break-even sales will give you the margin of safety, right, in value if you want to calculate. Now 30% is given, 30% of the total value of the total sales. This is 30% of 20,000, right? So 6,000 is that. So margin of safety is 14,000. Profit is given 4,800. Total contribution is given 19,200. We are talking about E part. Profit by total contribution. Now this is again one method of calculating for the percentage. That is profit divided by total contribution multiplied by 100. You can calculate the margin of safety in percentage like this also. Okay, I'll write it here if I have the space. Okay, I'll write it here. Or profit divided by total contribution, right, multiplied by 100. That will give you the margin of safety in percentage, right? So this is how you will calculate and this will come out to be 25%. Break-even sales is equal to 70%. So margin of safety is 30%. Simple, 100 minus break-even sales. Clear? Now the last part. In the last part, two informations are given. Year 1, year 2. Total sales are given 20,000 and 30,000. Total profit is given 2,400 and 8,400. Right? Now, how to solve this? We need profit. Profit is available, right? The second thing that we need is either the contribution per unit or we need the PV ratio. Isn't it? We need the contribution or we need the PV ratio, right? Isn't it? We need one of the two things. Sir, the profit for any particular year is given, that is 2400 we can pick. PV ratio, how we can calculate PV ratio? PV ratio is difference in profit divided by change in profit divided by change in sales. 8400 minus 2400 divided by 30,000 minus 20,000. This way we can calculate PV ratio or not? Yeah, right? So 60%. So margin of safety, simple, margin of safety is profit. Take the profit for any of the years, right? 2400 divided by 60%, right? 4,000 units. So margin of safety, this is in units, not 4,000, 2400 is actually the profit divided, this is in value, not units, sorry. This is rupees. This is rupees. Similarly, this is for year 1. Now, if you want to calculate margin of safety for year 2, that will be 8400 divided by 60%. That is 8400 divided by 60%. That comes to 14,000 rupees. Clear? So, this is how the margin of safety will be calculated. So, we are done with question number 7 and question number 8. See, this part, last part can also be done in a different way. First calculate PV ratio, then calculate break-even point, calculate fixed cost, then break-even point, then margin of safety with actual sales minus break-even sales, right? So it can be done in that way also. Just try the different ways. That's it. That will give you the sufficient practice for this marginal costing. Try to do question in the different ways. So we are done with this margin of safety. Nothing much else to discuss in this margin of safety. This was the whole concept, and we have tried 2 questions also. There are some very good questions in the ICI module. For that, you can join our ICI module series, right, on our mobile app. Along with the ICI module series, we are coming up with a special series in addition to that, where we will be covering the RTP, MTP and the previous year questions in one series. Right, so download the mobile app because you are going to get some really useful information. So this was all about the margin of safety. Now let's come to one final topic of this lecture, that is angle of incidence. Angle of incidence, that is basically a theoretical topic. So all those who are having the books, KSJ handbooks, they can open on page number 15.7. Open on page number 15.7. What is angle of incidence? It is the angle at which the total sales line cuts the total cost line, right? The total sales line and the total cost line will cut. That will give you the break even, right? At break even, you have covered your fixed cost. After that, whatever you will be earning is your profit. That is what we studied in the margin of safety, right? That whenever you have achieved the break even point, after break even point, you will be earning the profits only. What is the rate of earning the profits? That is given by angle of incidence. What is the rate of earning the profits? That is given by angle of incidence. If the angle is large, the firm is said to make profits at a higher rate and vice versa. Let's see the relationship. Now in the first case, low break-even point and large angle of incidence. Right, so this is the break-even point where the total sales line cut the total cost line. After that, whatever the sales you will be earning from the total cost, this is the angle of incidence. This is angle of incidence, right? He says low break-even point. Break-even point is achieved at quite a lower rate of sales. Quickly, we are able to cover your fixed costs. The fixed costs are low and the rate of profit earning is quite high. The large margin of safety shows that the firm enjoys the financial stability. Obviously, the margin of safety is quite high. Right, you have sufficient margin of safety. The low break-even point indicates that the business could be run profitably even if there is a fall in the sales, unless the sales are very low. Right? If the break-even point is low, that shows that even if some of the units you are not able to sell, even if there is a cut in that, even then you will survive because your margin of safety is quite high and your rate of earning profits is quite high. Right? Second condition is low break-even point and small angle of incidence. See, break-even point, angle of incidence is low, right, because of higher cost. In this case, the conclusions are the same as in condition 1, except that the rate of profit earning is not so high in the condition number 1. Obviously, the conditions remain the same. Low break-even point, cover the fixed cost easily, right? You are able to cover the fixed cost quickly and enjoy the margin of safety. But here, the rate of profit earning is not that high. The firm breaks even quickly and its fixed costs are low, but it does not have a high rate of profit earning. We are not able to quickly earn the profits. The rate of profit earning is not that much high. After that, high break-even point and small angle of incidence. High break-even point means high fixed cost, right? The more number of units you will need to sell to cover your fixed cost, that is high break-even point, right? High break-even point, this shows that the fixed costs are high, right? And the angle of incidence, you are earning at a good rate, but your margin of safety is low because of high break-even point. Say the total sales are 100%, right? Out of that, my break-even point is 70%. That means I'll have to first, out of 10,000 units, I will have to sell 7,000 units, only then I will break even. So what is my margin of safety? Margin of safety is only 30%. That is quite low. The business is vulnerable. Even a small drop in the activity may result in a loss. Obviously, your margin of safety is 30%. If there is a drop in the activity, you will eat up this very quickly, right? And there will be a situation when you might not be able to cover your fixed cost even. So condition 4 is high break-even point and large angle of incidence. That rate of profit earning is quite good. The business is likely to incur losses through a small reduction in activity. This shows that fixed costs are high, MS is low, same. However, after break-even, the business makes a profits at higher rate. The profits they are making at quickly, a very higher rate. Right? In this rate, the profits are being earned at a lower rate. In the fourth condition, we say the profits are being earned at a higher rate. After break-even point, the company will immediately shoot towards the profits. Right? Even if the margin of safety is low, but the profit earning rate is quite high. Right? We'll earn more profits out of it. Clear? So this is important from the theoretical point of view only, the angle of incidence, right? The angle of incidence is the line at which the total sales, angle at which the total sale cuts the total cost line. If the angle is large, the firm is said to make profits at a higher rate and vice versa. So all those who are having the books, you have the notes with you, right? So we are done with this. We are done with the margin of safety, and we are done with all the important parts. Now, in the next lecture, what we are going to do is small topics. One is indifference point, and the another one that we need to discuss is the shutdown point. See, if you look at the ICI module, some people will say, sir, in ICI module, these are not specifically given, indifference point and the shutdown point. But if you look at the questions are there for the indifference point also, and for the shutdown point also there is a question. So how can you skip it? We cannot, right? We cannot skip any of the important parts. You need to understand all the important things, even if it is not given in the ICI module or some other module, whichever course you are pursuing. So in the next lecture, we are going to discuss about cost indifference point, and shutdown point, right? Shutdown point. So if we talk about the marginal costing, we are not left with much of the topics. One lecture for this, right? Then one lecture for key or limiting factor will do. Then one lecture will be for the absorption costing versus marginal costing, how to solve that kind of a questions, right? So with that, our marginal costing will be complete. Nothing much left in the marginal costing. Very simple topics, very easy topics, and I think 3 to 4 lectures maximum, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, keep sharing. Thank you so much.